So, fellas, if the Mets want to keep Pete Alonso, they're going to have to pony up again. But that's just one item on a lengthy to-do list for David Stearns. Anthony, how big a makeover does this franchise need in the offseason?
Well, Eamon, I think what they need is more on the roster than any place else. I mean, I was glad to see Andy's report that apparently Carlos Mendoza is not in any danger. I think that would be foolish to move on from him so soon. You know, it'd be David Stearns' first big move in the front office, and you're punting on him because they had a disappointing season in year two, the year after they went to the NLCS. However, I mean, coaches are always great red meat to toss at fans. You know, it's a little satisfaction for a bad season, so I would expect some changes on the coaching staff as well. Look, I mean, to me, I think they need to get a sort of lion in the rotation, like a guaranteed 200-inning-ish type pitcher who you're going to be able to throw out there every fifth day, and he's going to take the ball and he's going to deliver good stuff. You know, that was a big deal. They had 3 guys on the entire staff who threw over 100 innings, and one of them was Kodai Senga, who was basically put out at the curb with the recycling toward the end of the year, Eamon. So they need a lot of revamping. There's so much exciting young pitching on this staff, but I think they need an older guy also up there to front that rotation.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about needing that line in the rotation. You're hoping one of the young guys, and based on the way they threw, that Nolan McLean turns into that down the road, but you certainly can't go into next year expecting that with the payroll that you carry and the expectations that come with some of the high-priced guys that they have. So, look, David Stearns, you can understand why he doubled down on the pitching approach similar to what he did last year, because it worked out so well for him. And leading up to that June 13th line of demarcation, we were throwing him his flowers again because it looked like they were on their way to having it work again. But I think he's got to look in the mirror and realize he needs something a little bit more substance, a little bit more evidence, and a track record, something that you can believe in rather than kind of shopping in the bargain bin. As far as the everyday guys go, I mean, I don't want to take shots at individual players, but if you're looking for someone to extract and change things up a little bit, personally, I've seen enough of the Jeff McNeil error here with the Mets. And I know you look at the end of the year and say, OPS 750, useful player, he can play in a number of different slots, but I think it's also holding up some of the younger guys that they've had and will continue to have coming up from the minors. So easier said than done when you're talking about a veteran player and trading out a salary that's about $15 million for next year. But that would be one that I'd be looking to make some sort of change, and maybe it makes for a little bit of an easier situation for Mendoza as far as managing the reps, the starts, and the positions for some of these young guys.
You guys both mentioned getting that line for the pitching staff. That could most likely require giving up prospects, which David Stearns has been reluctant to do.
They had a good year on the farm, Eamon, so they've got some material there to deal with.
Look at the prospect hugger all of a sudden.
I'm saying trade.
Oh, get rid of him. That's right. All right.
You got to, right?
Anthony, Chris, thanks for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.